So take a look around you right now. I mean, chances are you're wearing, well, a piece of computing technology that isn't your phone.
Hmm.
It's on your wrist, it might be in your ears, or maybe it's something even smaller you barely notice. We're seeing this rapid proliferation of devices that are just so integrated into how we live.
How we track everything.
Exactly how we track movement, monitor our health, all of it. Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we've got a great stack of research, some internal sources that really give us a definitive picture of the current wearable electronics landscape.
It's a busy landscape.
It is. So our mission is to give you a shortcut to understanding what's driving the market. We're focusing on smartwatches, of course, but also the just explosive rise of hearables and these fascinating new categories like smart rings.
And this isn't a niche thing anymore.
Not at all. The data shows the smartwatch market alone is growing at roughly 15% annually. That makes wearables one of the fastest expanding parts of the entire mobile industry.
And what's really fascinating here is that sustained growth. That double-digit number tells you something important has changed.
Right. It's a fundamental shift.
It is. These devices, they're no longer seen by people as just a novelty or, a mere gadget. They're legitimate, indispensable tools for everyday life.
Hmm.
And the momentum is all coming from these really powerful, foundational user demands. We all want reliable health monitoring, and we want seamless, instant communication without, always having to pull out our phone.
On the undisputed center of all that, the anchor of this whole ecosystem is still the smartwatch.
Oh, for sure.
So let's start there at the core. When we look at the actual sales data, not projections, but what's selling right now, what are the features that people are really prioritizing?
Well, it really comes down to practical, reliable, and, visible functionality.
Right.
We're seeing three main areas driving sales. First, large readable displays. Second, extensive sports modes. And third, enhanced safety features.
But here's a catch.
The real deal sealers, the things that connect all those points, are the reliability of calling functions and crucially accurate advanced health monitoring.
That's interesting that it's so focused on established functions. Does that mean that despite all the hype around futuristic tech, the average person is still a bit cautious?
Absolutely, and that's the key nuance our sources are showing.
Okay.
While there's this constant global discussion about the amazing potential of AI to analyze your health data, spotting patterns or predicting illness.
Right, the really sci-fi stuff.
Exactly. That speculation isn't driving sales. Not yet. Stable, proven solutions, accurate heart rate, solid GPS, reliable sleep tracking. That's what's driving retail success right now. People buy what's guaranteed to work.
Stability over speculation. I like that. We saw this reflected in the Hoka model lineup mentioned in the source material, which seems to fit right into that reliable space.
They're a perfect example of this baseline strategy.
So,
The Hoka portfolio, it covers the necessary range. You've got compact models with high water resistance, which is just mandatory now.
table stakes.
Totally. And then you have versions with larger, brighter displays, TFT or AMOLED. But the emphasis is always on that quick, immediate access to calls and notifications. That's the convenience that makes it an essential tool, not just a toy.
So that sets the baseline, but the real competition and where it gets really interesting for us is in segmentation. Our sources point to the Titmo brand as a textbook case study here.
Right. Titmo is new, and they're entering this aggressive market, but they're not trying to be a generalist. They're positioning themselves as a very focused alternative to the big guys, like Garmin, Polar, or Xiaomi.
So they're carving out a niche.
Precisely. By launching three very distinct models, they're showing how a new player can map their product to three different customer profiles.
Okay, so let's break that down. How do these three watches, the E100, O100, and O150, actually target those different users?
We start with their entry point, the Titmo E100. Its strategy is just pure accessibility.
Simple and effective.
Exactly. You get the size you need, a big 1.83-inch display, the durability, IP68 waterproof, and just super intuitive, simple operation. It's for the mass market customer who wants the benefits without a complex feature set or a high price tag.
And then you jump to the Titmo 100. This one feels like it's built for someone completely different, an endurance athlete maybe, or a road warrior.
Precisely. The O100's main selling point is stamina. It's got a battery life of up to 15 days.
15 days, that's huge.
It is. It still has the essential IP68 rating, but then it adds a whole range of dedicated sports modes.
So is the insight there that battery anxiety is still one of the biggest hurdles for active users? Maybe even more than super specific health metric.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
It hits that pain point for the active user who doesn't want another charger for a weekend trip. It's a Choice between features you might use and the one feature you always need, which is power.
And that brings us to the top-tier model, the Titmo O150. This is clearly where they're competing on premium features.
This is the flagship play. You get the advanced AMOLED display, a huge visual upgrade, and critically, it has NFC contactless payments. The watch becomes your wallet. That's a massive convenience factor.
And all the advanced health functions, I assume.
All of them. Continuous heart rate, detailed sleep tracking, movement reminders. It's for that demanding user who wants the best tech, but maybe not at the absolute top price point of the big established brands.
So when you analyze it like that, this variety, it reveals a pretty fundamental market truth, doesn't it?
It shows that you just can't satisfy this market with a single one-size-fits-all product.
Right.
Vendors have to offer specialized choices for different needs work, training, daily convenience. Titmo's three-tiered approach really validates that.
Incredible, a very tactical approach. But as we said, the wearable ecosystem is huge. So let's pull back and look at what's exploding outside of the wrist. We have to dive into hearables, especially TWS headphones.
Hearables are no longer just for music. They are an integral part of how we work and communicate now.
Yeah.
And consumers expect solutions that actually improve their focus and productivity, not just sound quality.
Which brings us to active noise cancellation, ANC. It's the killer feature. For anyone who might not know the physics, can you give us a simple analogy?
Sure. ANC is a really clever piece of tech. Think of it like this. An ambient sound wave, say the chatter in a cafe, enters the microphone on your earbud.
Okay.
The earbud instantly generates a second mirror image sound wave that's completely out of phase. When those two waves meet in your ear, they basically cancel each other out.
So create silence.
This flattens the audio environment. It's brilliant.
And the application, the real aha moment for the user, is how that changes your day.
The application is pure sanity and productivity. I mean, ANC fundamentally enhances your ability to focus. Have you ever tried to take an important call in a loud, open office?
Oh, I have. It's impossible.
Right. Or concentrate on a plane. You immediately get why ANC turns these from a nice-to-have into a non-negotiable professional tool.
The source material had some great examples of this for both in-ear and over-ear fans.
Exactly. For someone on the go, you have in-ear models, like the WHOLESALE PWS Master Pro. They combine powerful ANC with an intuitive touch panel for answering calls.
A mobile workstation, essentially.
Pretty much. And for users who prefer that deeper, enveloping sound of over-ear designs, you've got the WHOLESALE Sonic Aura, which offers that same crucial ANC technology.
Now, if we move to the absolute peak of discretion, we have to talk about smart rings. This is a really interesting emerging segment.
I agree. They're a minimalist, almost invisible alternative to a watch.
Yeah.
They appeal directly to users who just don't want another screen.
So they tap into that health data anywhere trend, but without the bulk.
Exactly. They discreetly track your heart rate, blood oxygen, SpO2, and sleep quality, all from a piece of jewelry that you barely notice. No flashing lights, no notifications.
And the sources show the category is already diversified.
Right. We saw the ceramic smart ring R8, which has this lightweight premium feel.
Elegant.
And then there's the smart ring R11M, which is made of steel and comes with a dedicated charging dock. So you're already seeing a split between users who prioritize style versus those who prioritize robustness and guaranteed battery life.
So we've covered the main pillars: watches, hearables, rings. But our deep dive shows that even the supporting cast fitness bands and accessories are crucial to the market's financial health.
They are. Fitness bands like the Hoka GA08 are so important because they're the entry point. Accessible, simple activity monitoring.
But what's the real strategy behind selling a basic fitness band?
It's the ecosystem's gateway drug.
I like that.
It hooks the user on the simple habit of daily monitoring. And once you're used to tracking steps and sleep, the upgrade to a full-featured, higher-margin smartwatch feels natural, even necessary.
That is smart. And then you have accessories like straps, which seem so simple, but tap into this huge consumer trend of personalization.
And if we connect that back to the bigger picture for a retailer, accessories are absolutely vital.
Why is that?
It's a high-rotation, high-margin category. Customization ensures that the big initial purchase leads to frequent, smaller purchases later on. It naturally expands the shopping basket. It's textbook cross-selling.
That brings us to the final, so what? For anyone trying to understand the trajectory here, the sources provide 3 clear arguments for why wearables are a foundational and honestly a safe bet right now.
Let's synthesize those. First, the growth rate. We can't say it enough. Stable, double-digit growth at 15% annually is rare. This is a speculative market. It's a sustained trajectory.
Second is the broad customer base. Wearables appeal to everyone, families needing safety features, active users who need endurance modes, premium clients wanting NFC payments.
The market appeal is truly universal.
And the third argument?
The immediate effect of cross-selling. As we just said, the straps, cases, headphones, and bands ensure that the original purchase keeps generating revenue over time, increasing basket value and purchase frequency.
That perfectly wraps up our deep dive. We've covered the central role of smartwatches, the strategic rise of brands like Titmo, the productivity power of ANC hearables, the minimalist appeal of smart rings, and the business power of accessories. The common thread is making our digital and health lives more accessible and seamless.
This segment is clearly growing at a stable, double-digit pace, and it shows absolutely no signs of slowing down. But the current drivers, as we said, are health metrics and convenience, which it raises an important question for you to think about.
Go on.
If the next wave of investment needs to push that 15% growth even higher, what revolutionary function will be the next major driver? What convinces everyone they need to upgrade again in the next 2 years?
Beyond just heart rate and sleep.
Exactly. Will it be continuous glucose monitoring, mood tracking, or something we haven't even thought of yet?
Something to ponder while you're tracking your steps. Thank you for joining us on the deep dive.